Hi students, in the unit 5, along with the humorous chapter, you have a very easy fairy tale. I would rather say it is a fairy tale even though it is listed in some other way. It is a fable, F-A-B-L-E. It's a poem, just a fable telling some story. Or rather I can say, it is a story which is telling a sad thing. Traditionally, which is told by generations and generations in a particular area or maybe throughout the world. Such as sad things of the life, of war or any other disaster, when told in a poem, it is told ballad. It is told as ballad. So here we are having a ballad in which the disciple of Jesus Christ, Saint Peter, is one character and one greedy lady is on the other part who got the curses from him and getting changed into another form. That is why the title of the poem is the legendary, so the legend of the Northland. What is the meaning of legend? We will see one by one, but the legend meaning are the two. One means a person who is put all his effort to become so famous and to become the best in the particular field is called legend. Example, Sachin Tendulkar is a legend in the cricket. You will understand very easily. But here the meaning of legend is old traditional stories. It should be old, it should be traditionally told through generations. Such stories are also called as legends. So here it is a story of Saint Peter and a lady who is changing into some other form after getting the curse from Saint Peter. What's the reason? What she becomes? All that within 10 slides we will understand. Let us go through. First stanza. Away, away in the Northland, where the hours of the days are few, and the nights are so long in winter that they cannot sleep them through. Very simple. Somewhere in the northern part of the world, it is winter and the day is very small and the night is so long that you can't keep sleeping for that much time. We think it is nice to sleep, but how many hours? 10 hours? 20 hours? It's not possible. So he is telling the day is very short and the night is so long that nobody can sleep throughout the night. That much long it is. It is somewhere in the northern part, means somewhere near to the polar region or something. Let us imagine like that, but it's winter. Here also in winter what happens? The night become long and the day become very short. Let us see the next answer. Where they harness the swift reindeer to the sledges when it snows, and the children look like bear's cub in their funny furry cloth. Very easy to understand other than one word. Where they harness, exploit or make use of the swift reindeer. Reindeer is an animal, you are knowing it, which is living in very cold regions and which can walk on the snow and hard ice very easily. People use them to pull their luggages and they use a big flat wooden piece which is connected to the reindeer's neck, and when the reindeer pull it, they stand on it and slide over the snow or the ice for an easy transport from one place to another during winter. And that flat wooden piece is known as sledge. Now, where they harness the swift reindeer to the sledges where it snows, and the children look like bear's cub in their funny furry clothes. All the children will be wearing lot of sweaters and other woolen clothes, complete covering the face, everything, and lot of woolen things are lifting up from the clothes, and they will be looking like bear's cub. You know, bears are having lot of hair and this is also having lot of projections. So altogether these children will be looking like bear's cub in their funny but furry clothes. They tell them a curious story. I don't believe it's true, and yet you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale to you. They are telling always a fairy tale like a story. And the writer is telling, I don't believe in this. But if I tell the story, you might learn something from it. Let us see what we can know. Once when the good Saint Peter lived in the world below and walked about it, preaching just as he did, Saint Peter, the first disciple of Jesus Christ. After Jesus was crucified, resurrected and lifted to the heaven, these 12 disciples started going to different parts of the world and started preaching what Jesus had taught them. How to be a human, how to live in the world, what we should do and what we should not do. Such a thing he started teaching. So he was keep on teaching like any other saint. The saints, they never live in one place. They never settle. They never have family. And what do? They keep on teaching the people, beg from people, eat something, sleep somewhere. Again, they continue their journey of life. So like that, one Saint Peter was living in the world. He came to the door of a cottage in traveling round the earth, where a little woman was making cake and baking them to hearth. Hearth means oven. Oven and all, some other way it is pronounced in American English. So hearth is nothing but an oven, but not like electric one. She is doing with a oven which is having lot of bricks and lot of fire is put in the bottom and making it warm so that biscuits, cookies, cakes can be baked in her house. So she is basically making cake. And to make a cake, you have to make the flour into a dough. Putting with the water and other things, she has to mix it up, keep on pressing and making so soft. Then she has to put it in particular tray and put it in the oven to bake it. This is a usual procedure. So she was doing and she was keeping on to the furnace when Saint Peter came there. And being faint with fasting, for the day was almost done, he asked her from her store of cake to give him a single one. This Saint Peter was keep on moving from the morning till evening to different people and preaching what Jesus taught him. He was tired. He didn't have any food. The day is going to be finished. That is what it is written. For the day was almost done. Almost done means it is going to be evening or going to be dark. And he was totally tired. So he went to that lady and asked, "Ma'am, give me a cake from your collection of cake." So she made a very little cake, but as it baking lay, she looked at it and thought it seemed too large to give away. She started making a cake for him. But when she baked it, she felt the cake is big. Why should I give him a big cake? I will make a small one for him. I can sell this. Why should I give him because after all he is coming for begging. I will give him a small one. This is too big, so I will not give away. Instead, I will make another one, she thought. Therefore, she needed another and still a smaller one, but it looked, when she turned it over, as large as the first had done. So what she did? She needed another one. Needed means mixed or pounded into dough. I told you, when water is mixed with the flour, in basically we call atta or maida, whatever it is. When you put water and keep on pushing it, hitting it, it becomes soft. Soft, like a rubber like it becomes. That form of the flour along with the water or any other liquid is called dough. So, therefore she needed another and a still smaller one. She took small amount of dough, she pressed it nicely and she baked it. But it looked, when she turned it over, as large as the first had done. But when she baked, she felt even this cake is also big enough. First she made one, she felt it is big, I will make a small. She took small amount of dough and baked it. Even that became bigger one according to her. So even she was not ready to give the second one also. So the story goes on like this. The story is little longer. So the first one is that he is coming and asking for a cake, but she is not happy to give a bigger one, so she made a small one. But when it is made into a cake, she felt it is big. So she thought, I will make a smaller bird. Then she took small amount of duff and she made it again, but that also she felt it is big. That shows this particular lady is a greedy one and did not want to give away anything which she possesses. That means she was not ready to give anything to the sandpeter, thinking he is a beggar. Let us see the remaining part in the next video. Bye.